I know this is another one of these odd kind of choices I made to rainbow a unit, but I did actually kind of want to go ahead and rainbow this OG Broly, the original physical, you know, kind of leader. Well, I guess technically Full Power Frieza was like a kind of a main physical leader before Broly, right? But Broly, of course, came out along with AGL Super Vegito, was completely overshadowed. And by the time physical started getting incredibly broken units like, you know, LR Gogeta, you know, Cooler, all types of monster units on physical, by that point, Broly was already starting to fall off. And, like, he didn't even work very well with Extreme Physical when Cooler first came out. And so he kind of has just been lost. Like, he never really had his time to shine. But I do think this physical Broly, like, let's say you just happen to have this guy rainbowed, but you don't have LR Broly, or maybe you don't have the OG SCR Broly, EZ8, or whatever. I do think this physical Broly could be quite formidable on the movie boss category team. I think he's going to be able to output a lot of damage because he does still attack twice, just like LR Broly if you get him enough ki. And then, of course, you know, if you have Turles also around, this Broly might be able to put up some interesting numbers. So I kind of want to give that a try. I figured I'd go ahead and rainbow it. Why not? You know, he is a, well, I'm not going to call him a top-tier Dokkan Fest exclusive, but, you know, back in the day, at one point, he was a top-tier Dokkan Fest unit. So I figured I'd go ahead and toss the Rainbow Star on him. So let's test out how well this guy can look on some of these category teams. Alright guys, so I figure we'll probably take a look at the physical Legendary Super Saiyan Broly on the Full Power team, and also on the Movie Bosses team during the course of this video. Movie Bosses team will definitely get Broly's maximum output in between two Turleses, I would say. Especially because since Broly is, you know, he gets guaranteed multiple attacks, I think that's going to play a big part in him being able to output a lot of damage. I actually think this physical Broly, he's good. Like, I don't know if he's going to be able to output more damage than the EZA STR Broly, but I would say there's a chance he could get close, because what did the SCR EZA Broly get up to? He was it 2.1 million, I believe, in between a double Turles. So, you know, if the physical Broly can do 1.3, 1.4 million per super attack, then I think he could, you know, he would beat the EZA Broly. So that would be interesting. Alright, so there's not really any particular unit that I'm trying to link up with Broly here on the Full Power team. I just figured, you know, we'll try out just a build for the Full Power team. I basically right here just brought a whole bunch of prepared for battle units. That's what I decided to do here with this sort of variant of the team and see how it would work. Just because the Full Power team, you know, that's not really a team that I use very often. So I figured, you know, why not go ahead and give it a spin here. Especially because, you know, Broly is a unit that could probably work decently on here. You know, LR Broly is very, very good on here. So actually, no, if LR Broly works really good, then the physical Broly is going to work very good as well. Okay, so, we're going up against Blue Vegeta. That's pretty good. Unfortunately, we're not going to get the Super Saiyan link active, though, with the Kaioken Goku, and then, of course, that base form Goku. But next time we'll... Oh, wow, yeah, only 545,000. Oh, okay, now, I must confess that's a bit lower than I was expecting. But, of course, he had 2 super attacks, right? So, this Broly, his passive is... He gets plus 7,000 attack, and he gets an additional super attack when ki is 8 or more. So, I mean, that flat passive number, it just hurts this Broly a lot. It's one of those things where it's like, it's obvious they were sort of cautious about making him too OP, back when they released him alongside AGL Super Vegito. So rather than giving him, like, I don't know, 70% attack, which probably would have been very... at the time, if they had given him 70% attack, he would have been dumb strong. I mean, he even still was good back then. But if he had 70% attack, he would be a lot better right now. But here's the thing, too. So, wow, Super Saiyan 4 Goku is going crazy right now. Chill, bro. We want let's let Broly have a little bit of time to shine here. Now, one of the reasons I decided to go ahead and do this rainbow video for this Broly now is because I think, you know, he could be a potential EZA unit coming up very soon. The reason for this is because, you know, it was weird how JP in like the last month has sort of sped through EZAs, right? They haven't really done too much in the way of like Dokkan Fests and stuff, right? You know, we could say that there's been 2 Dokkan Fests essentially since the very start of November, right? But if we look at it in terms of EZAs, there's been way more than that. That's because, you know, I do like subscribe to the theory that they were sort of clearing the deck, right? Preparing us, you know, finishing up all the EZAs for all the Redstone units, which they have. And now, oh, we got the triple super. Okay, pretty good. So obviously, you know, 500,000. Oh, Broly, no, 31K. But obviously, you know, 500,000 times 3. So he was able to get to about 1.5 million right there. Again, with Turles, I do think Broly could do a lot better. But boy, is he is definitely a unit that has aged out. But we could potentially see an EZA, I think, during the movie celebration for this Broly and SCR Gogeta, since we finished up the EZAs with all of the Redstone units. I think a double EZA for these units. You know, then of course we would have banner units of Blue Gogeta and full power Super Saiyan Broly. You know, those types of things would be very, very hype. And I would, honestly, I think that is one of the things that would make the celebration incredibly hype if they did that. Because, you know, EZAs a lot of times are fun for pretty much all players, because, you know, free-to-play players, you know, are able to get a good amount of stones from the EZAs. You know, you're making old units in your box that are, you know, forgotten or not really used too much, and you're making them better, more viable units moving forward. So I think something like that would be a very good idea. Then along with, you know, the story event where there's a bunch of farmable characters, you know, we could have a lot of good stuff happening if this Broly got an EZA, and I certainly do hope it happens, so we'll have to see. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at this Broly on the Movie Boss team. Alright guys, so here's the rotation we are looking for, you know, on the Movie Boss category team, which I'm pretty sure will give Broly his highest attack set. And of course, I did fill it up with a couple of other Broly units to make the team fun. One thing that is interesting is this Broly, by the way, the Dragon Ball Super Broly, the base form at least, has the same name as the base form Broly from the Dragon Ball Z movies. So I was actually kind of surprised by that. But one thing, no worries, the full power Super Saiyan Broly is what he's referred to from the movie, will definitely have a different name from legendary Super Saiyan Broly. So we don't have to worry with overlap there. The OG legendary Super Saiyan Broly will definitely be able to be used alongside the full power Super Saiyan Broly from the movie, so that will be good. Alright, so Broly is able to get to 950,000. So even with a double super attack, the EZA SCR Broly definitely is above him, no doubt about that. And then when we factor in the extra defensive power that the EZA SCR Broly gets, and it's no contest. So physical Broly is definitely miles below both of the other Brolys, the SCR EZA one and the LR Legendary Super Saiyan Broly. So, you know, it is a bit disappointing to see. Some of those 70% leaders are actually starting to age a little bit. You know, Buhan is definitely not as good as he once was. Tech Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, of course, is really showing age, and so is this physical Broly now. AGL Super Vegito, he will always be good. he's still an OP card. Do not get that twisted. And then SCR Omega, believe it or not, I think SCR Omega is gonna have, you know, he's kind of having a little bit of a renaissance in that a lot of bosses nowadays can have their attack lowered. So SCR Omega is going to be very, very good when he's able to lower enemy attack by damn 30%. That's a very high number. So that will be good for SCR Omega moving forward. He's certainly going to be a pretty viable unit. So, you know, that's interesting. Now, before we finish up, let's real quick talk about what this physical Legendary Super Saiyan Broly is right now. So, this is Eternal Horror Legendary Super Saiyan Broly. So, of course, because of that, he'll definitely be able to be used alongside the new Broly when he comes out. His leader skill is Physical Type Key 3, HP Attack and Defense 70%. So, he was the OG God Leader for Physical, back when Physical was pretty bad. Now, Physical, I think you can make the case, might be the best typing in the game, you know, of like, you know, I'm talking like, you know, Super Physical or Extreme STR or Super AGL, all of those, you know, I think like Super Tech, Super Physical are kind of the two best, like fighting, you know, head and shoulders. Super Int is in there as well for best typing, right? Which is funny, because again, back in this Broly's day, Physical was not that good. So his super attack is the Omega Blaster, which does supreme damage to the enemy. His passive skill, No Mercy, gives him 7,000 attack, and he gets a guaranteed additional super attack when key is 8 or more. So, you know, it's nice to have the guaranteed second super, but the attack plus 7,000, that is definitely leading him to not really do too crazy. Especially if he had a percentage-based passive, he would have looked so much better with the double Turles, but, you know, it is what it is. Now, in terms of what he might become when he gets his EZA, if they gave him, like, you know, he'll get his normal stats buff. It's probably safe to say he'll jump up to Immense, because he is, you know, a definite Dokkan Fest exclusive, you know, blue stone unit for a lot of the times. Usually, they do give Immense to some of these Dokkan Fests that have been getting the EZAs. It's the unfeatured units, you know, like Int Cell, Physical Ultimate Gohan. You know, some of those units haven't gotten Immense. But the big-time Dokkan Fest exclusive ones, they have been bumped up to Immense. So I think it's safe to say this Broly would get Immense with his EZA. And then, man, if they just gave him like 100% attack and defense, whoo, would he be good? Maybe that's too high, but I don't know, man. The Tech Beerus and Int Janemba, they went way overboard with how good they made them. Like, legitimately, it's not an exaggeration to say that Int Janemba and Tech Beerus are, like, summonable LR level. Like, they're right there. It's crazy how strong they made them. So, you know, any of these EZAs, man, SCR Gogeta, Physical Broly, you know, Blue Kaioken Goku could maybe get one soon. They could become just absolutely disgusting after an EZA. So that's why it's very, very exciting waiting for some of these units to get one. Now, Broly's links here are Hardened Grudge, Saiyan Warrior Race, Super Saiyan, the Saiyan Lineage, Berserker, Prepare for Battle, and Fierce Battle. So he has fine enough links. You know, I would like if, you know, Hardened Grudge was out of there, or, you know, Saiyan Lineage maybe doesn't need to be there. Berserker is a terrible link, but Broly has sort of typical Saiyan links, right? His 12-key multiplier is 150%, which of course is phenomenal. And then he is on 3 category teams. He's on the Movie Boss team, which for sure will be his best team. He is also over here on the Pure Saiyan team. That's one team we didn't look at him on today. But, you know, the rotation would have been very similar. Like, you know, Broly, Turles, and then like Great Ape Turles or something like that. Or maybe another Super Saiyan support card. Like, I don't know, maybe Super Saiyan 2 Bardock or some unit like that would have been the best rotation for this Broly. And then we also have him over on the full power category team, where this guy, he definitely hits kind of light, but, you know, LR Broly definitely works very good on the full power team. But this Broly could work very well, too, if he did get his EZA. He does fit on the full power team with the way his links are structured. So there we go, guys. There is the physical Legendary Super Saiyan Broly as he's constituted right now. Definitely a bit underwhelming, so we'll see what his eventual EZA will bring. It is exciting to see, because I think some of these units could start to get very, very insane. So let me know who you guys would like to see as the next EZA. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.